Copenhagen vs Manchester United, prediction, team news, lineups. A potentially pivotal Group A contest in the Champions League takes place at Parken Stadium on Wednesday night as Copenhagen play host to Manchester United on matchday 4. The Danish hosts will be seeking revenge against the Red Devils after suffering a slender 1-0 loss in the reverse fixture at Old Trafford 2 weeks ago. Match preview. Copenhagen will have taken plenty of positives from their performance against Man United on matchday 3. But they ultimately came away from the red side of Manchester empty-handed, as Harry Maguire's second-half header was followed by a dramatic last-minute penalty save from Andre Onana to ensure that the Red Devils claimed all 3 points. After accumulating just 1 point from their first 3 Champions League fixtures, the Lions face an uphill battle to secure a top 2 finish in Group A as they currently sit rock bottom of the group and 3 points adrift of second-placed Galatasaray, who travel to leaders Bayern Munich in their next match. Since their slender loss at Old Trafford, Jacob Niestrup's side have put together a 3-game winning run on the domestic front. With a 4-0 Superliga victory over Vadovra and a 1-0 win against Midtjylland in the Danish Cup taking place before a 4-2 top-flight success at Randers on Sunday. An early equalizer from Rasmus Falk was eventually followed by second-half goals from substitute trio Victor Claesson, Jordan Larsson and Victor Froholt to help Copenhagen maintain their position at the Superliga summit, sitting 4 points clear of second-placed Brøndby, who they face in a top-of-the-table clash on Sunday. Copenhagen are now preparing to welcome Man United to Parken Stadium for the first time since securing a memorable 1-0 home triumph over the Red Devils in the 2006-2007 Champions League group stage, their first-ever victory in the competition that coincidentally took place in matchday 4. Repeating that success on Wednesday could prove challenging, though, as the Danish champions have failed to win any of their last 10 meetings with English clubs in European competition, as well as each of their last 6 Champions League home games, although 5 of those ended as draws, including 4-0 stalemates. Following 2 dreadful 3-0 home defeats to Newcastle United and Manchester City in the EFL Cup and Premier League respectively, Man United looked to be heading for a 3rd successive game without a win or a goal in last weekend's top-flight contest at Fulham. However, captain Bruno Fernandes stepped up in second-half stoppage time to score the decisive goal in an important 1-0 victory for the Red Devils at Craven Cottage, a result that has slightly alleviated the pressure on manager Erik ten Hag. Man United were certainly not at their clinical best against an equally goal-shy Fulham outfit, but they ultimately did enough to grind out a positive result and have subsequently moved to within 6 points of the Premier League's top 4 after Liverpool, Arsenal, Aston Villa and Brighton Hove Albion, who all sit above them, dropped points. A favourable-looking home clash with Luton Town is up next for the Red Devils in the top flight on Saturday. But they must first shift their focus to Wednesday's Champions League trip to Denmark, where Ten Hag's men can ill afford to drop points if they are to leapfrog Galatasaray into second place in Group A before locking horns with the Turkish giants in matchday 5. On the whole, Man United have enjoyed their previous visits to Denmark, winning 7 of their last 10 European matches in the Scandinavian nation, but 2 defeats have taken place in their last 3 such away games. Indeed, the Red Devils' recent away record in European competition leaves a little to be desired, as they have only won one of their last 7 Champions League matches on the road, a 2-0 success at Villarreal in November 2021 under the tutelage of former caretaker boss Michael Carrick. Team news. Copenhagen are still having to cope without William Clem leg, David Kokolava knee and Birger Meling muscle due to injury, while Mohamed El-Yunusi is doubtful after missing the last match with an unspecified problem. Valdemar Lund could be involved in the matchday squad on Wednesday after recovering from injury, but he is not expected to start ahead of centre-back duo Dennis Vavro and Kevin Dix. Oscar Højlund and Emil Højlund, the brothers of Man United striker Rasmus Højlund, will both be pushing to start, with the former hoping to fend off competition from Diogo Goncalves to retain his place in centre midfield alongside Rasmus Falk and Lucas Lerager. As for Man United, Marcus Rashford knock and Victor Lindelof illness are both minor doubts after missing the win at Fulham, while Casemiro hamstring, Lisandro Martinez foot, Luke Shaw muscle, Amad Diallo knee, Tyrell Malaysia Ni and Jadon Sancho disciplinary are all unavailable for selection. Ten Hag will consider recalling centre-back Raphael Varane, and the Frenchman's possible inclusion could therefore see Johnny Evans make way. While Diogo Dalot will again battle with Sergio Reguilon for a start at left-back if Aaron Wan-Bissaka continues at right-back. Scott McTominay, Christian Eriksen and Fernandes are all expected to retain their places in midfield. While Antony is at risk of being dropped following a poor run of form and could be replaced on the right flank by Facundo Pellistri. Copenhagen possible starting lineup: Grabera, Ankerson, Vavro, Dix, Gillert, Larager, Falk, Goncalves, Larsson, Klaassen, Akuri. Manchester United possible starting lineup: Onana, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, Dalot. McTominay, Eriksen, Pellistri, Fernandes, Rashford, Højlund. We say, Copenhagen 0-1 Manchester United. Copenhagen have looked strong on home soil in recent weeks and frustrated Bayern Munich for large spells in matchday 2 before ultimately losing 2-1 to the German side. Nevertheless, a similar spirited display is required if they are to cause an upset against Man United. A tight affair could be in store on Wednesday considering the Red Devils' issues in the final third. But we believe that Ten Hag's men will get the job done and battle their way to another narrow victory to keep their last 16 hopes alive. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.